Ever wonder what attractive men do on their first dates that makes women fall in love with them right away? Like everyone else, you are in the right place if you are puzzled. On your first date, there are a number of do's and don'ts. Yes, you have indeed found a stunning woman. But now is the moment to win her over. She ought to be enthralled with your distinct characteristics. She needs to be aware of what a great guy you are. You have to exercise extreme caution when doing this. She can be turned off by even the simplest of actions. You will understand every technique that will turn her into an addict by the end of this film. Welcome to Z Taxi. On this channel, we love sharing relationship information, tips, and tricks to help you take your game to the next level. Subscribe if you're new here and give this video a big thumbs up for that good old YouTube algorithm. Now, without any further ado, let's begin. 9. Previous partnerships. The goal of a first date is to make an impression. Being well behaved is crucial to making a good first impression. Talking about your ex-partner is not appropriate, especially when you're just dating. For women, that is a major red sign. Whether you were in a poisonous relationship or the best one doesn't matter. Either way, it sends the incorrect message. It suggests that you have high expectations for her. Therefore, avoid bringing up your ex-partner in discussions. That will only serve to sour the occasion. Moreover, when she walks away from you, she'll believe you're a jerk who talks trash about her. It's not a favorable initial impression. She will only cease seeing you if you do such things. There won't be another date with her. 8. Maintaining attention. Your lack of focus is another major turnoff for women. If you were speaking to someone and they were not listening to you, how would it make you feel? You should quit continuously checking your phone because you wouldn't feel good about that. It is not necessary for you to pay attention to what is going on around you. She's your date for the evening. You should only look at the woman who is seated in front of you. Thus, refrain from checking your phone every 5 minutes. Simply ignore the date if that is what you are intending to do. Spend no more of her time or energy. It does not, however, imply that urgent calls cannot be answered. Simply excuse yourself and provide a convincing justification later. It will come across as unprofessional to consistently ignore her and focus on everything else. She'll believe you're impolite and lacking in seriousness. In addition, your behavior can really irritate her. Number 7. Showing disdain. What impression do you wish to leave on others? Which impression do you want to give off to others, that of being rude or kind? Rudeness comes easily. Screaming at everyone is all that is required. Either disregard their viewpoints or just upset them directly and plainly. On the other hand, be courteous if you want to be taken seriously. Especially when you are on a first date with a girl, be respectful to the staff. Be considerate of the servers who are serving you. There is no reason for you to give them a whistle. These canines are not pets. They're just people. Everyone deserves to be appreciated. An intelligent woman will view this as a red sign on a date. So try to be courteous and use good phrases. It will enable you to go on another date with her. Number 6. Check your tongue. Being respectful also means that you don't swear. The true alpha can keep his language in check. He behaves in a very different way when he is with a woman. Women are to be respected. In their presence, you must be aware of your wording. So try not to use strong language. Don't use curse language. Prove to her that you are a respectable person. Remain cautious when interacting with her. We're not asking you to be uncomfortable in her presence. Feel comfortable, but not in an abusive way. You could believe it's great to end every phrase with a swear word. That is not, however, the way women think. Avoid doing this as it would make them believe you are an impure person. A vulgar human will only speak indecently. Therefore, speak kindly and with grace. She will feel special if you show her respect for her presence. Number 5, being late. Ask yourself this question. Are you a nation's president? Are you a Democrat from abroad? Try to arrive on time even if you are none of these things. You are not a life-saving superhero. If you make a commitment, keep it. Make commitments that you are able to honor only. Thus this demonstrates your indecisiveness as a man. If you have scheduled a meeting for a certain time, arrive on time. It's polite to let her know if something major has occurred. Change the date to a different day and offer your apology. It's the proper thing to do instead of not even owning up to your tardiness. If you are running late for a date, she'll think you're a lazy person. Someone who is uninterested in going on the date. Someone who is inconsiderate of other people's time and work. 4th, self-promotion. That you are going on a date with her is a great idea. Still, the story doesn't finish there. There exist certain things you should never do with her if you truly hope to live a happily ever after. This is not the time to puff up your own merits. Talking about how many cars you have in your garage is not appropriate. Don't talk about what a fantastic mansion you live in. It's not necessary to boast about having more money than other people. Because it looks foolish to boast about your accomplishments. You seem so pitiful when you act that way. The individual seated across from you will believe that you are the type of person who can afford to buy anybody anything. For women, that kind of mindset is a major red flag. Thus, give up gloating or grumbling about your pay. Also, avoid inquiring about their pay. Avoid inquiring about their financial status. It's a serious red flag. Thirdly, being airy. Avoid acting shady around her. The boundary between gallantry and creepiness is really thin. It only takes one slip up to give off an unsettling impression. These are a few things that you should absolutely avoid doing. Refrain from telling her that you looked at her profile. Keep your follow-through from her a secret. Whether or not you completed all of these tasks is irrelevant. Just be cautious to avoid saying anything that could upset her. Guys also need to exercise caution when it comes to the touch barrier. Avoid touching her improperly. You can't just grope wherever you want since she's your date. Holding hands is indeed romantic. Beyond that, though, things get spooky. Show her that you care, but do it with grace. Second, the ideal location. It is essential to your being a guy. Selecting the ideal location for a date is crucial. Choose an outside location if you're a guy on a tight budget. Make a fun activity plan. There's no law that says your first date has to involve a fancy supper. You can decide on a location where you two can watch the stars. Selecting a pub for a first date is a major turnoff. She'll initially believe that you're trying to intoxicate her. That goes against the chivalric code. She'll think of you right away as a man who doesn't value her. Second, you need to be sure the location you select is peaceful. You can converse intelligibly if you're in a tranquil place. You are able to converse quietly with one another. But in a noisy environment, such as a bar or lounge, such is not feasible. While conversing, you won't be able to hear one another. Consequently, you will spend the entire evening playing silly charades. First, cutting off conversations. Everything about you gets scrutinized when you go on a first date with a stunning woman. She'll listen carefully to anything you say. She will be deeply impacted by all you do. You have to be careful how you act with her. For instance, make sure you don't cut her off when she's speaking to you. Talking over someone else when they are speaking is really impolite. Additionally, it is best to let her speak when you are conversing with her. Give her space to communicate about herself so you may learn more about her. She is going to lose her train of thought when you interrupt her. She will believe you are self-centered if you cut her off too frequently during her chats. All you want is for others to hear you. Women recognize that as a warning sign. In summary, these are some of the things you need to watch out for. Only if you follow these do's and don'ts carefully will you get to see her again. Just be careful to treat her with decency and civility. On a first date, there's no need to push boundaries. Simply be cautious and present your best self. Don't boast about your income or financial circumstances. When you are going on a first date with a stunning woman, you should keep these things in mind. If you've made it this far, please confirm that you've learned everything there is to know by leaving a 100% positive comment below. Thank you for observing.